Thomas Craven here, Thomas Craven Wood Finishers in Van Nuys, California, and we've got the tip of the day, the Wood Finishers tip of the day, sponsored by Annex Paint. My friend Greg Saunders is doing this video today, and what we have is this old, solid cherry wood lumber coffee table. Very nice coffee table, probably 20-25 years old. This had a lot of damage on it. In particular, it's got this big meandering gouge in it, about a foot long. And we're going to give you the tip of the day of how we are going to attempt to swell this up. What we actually do is we actually iron a scratch like this with a laundry iron and a little damp moisture on a rag. What we want to do is swell up these fibers. We're going to get them hot with hot steaming water, and the fibers of the wood will swell up, hopefully to the point where we can then sand it, and then most of this scratch will be removed. I'm not sure if we're going to get 100% of the scratch out, but it's such a good one to give it a try. We're going to see how much we can do. So Juan, our master lead wood finisher, is going to give it a go right now. He's going to put a wet, damp rag here. And he's got a very hot iron. The iron has been heating for a while. Don't use your wife's iron out of the laundry room. It's got to be an iron that's just for shop use because it won't be the same ever again. But as you can see, he gives it a little bit of time on there. He's heating up that wood. He's heating up that scratch and injecting that steam and that heat down into the wood fibers in an attempt to get those wood fibers to swell up enough so that when it dries, that there's enough material there to sand down. So as you can see, it's highly improved already. It's improved quite a bit. So I'm pleased to see that we've gotten a really good result just that one application. But he'll do this 2 or 3 times, maybe 4 times, before we let it fully dry prior to sanding. Now, it's typically not a thing that a wood finisher wants to do, is inject water or moisture into a wood that you're going to eventually put a surface finish, a top coat on. But we're going to sand this solid cherry wood top enough, and we're going to allow the moisture to dry completely out of the wood before we ever sand it and finish it. That we're not concerned about that. It's slowly but surely swelling up. Again, these were such deep scratches, they may not be completely eliminated 90%, but this will eliminate most of the sanding that we would have had to do if we didn't swell it up. So if you just attempted to sand out big scratches like this, you would end up putting a big divot in the wood. So this will helpfully eliminate most of that. As I can feel it, that scratch has been reduced by about 75% now. So it's coming. No ticky, no washy. These were deep, deep, deep scratches. We were getting a good result. See, I can't even really feel it. I can see the scratch where it was before, but I can't feel it. So those wood fibers are swelling up really well with this solid lumber. This even works with veneers. So if you have, we've repaired some very deep scratches in veneers as well, with the same technique. So that's a pretty good treatment there. We're just going to let that sit now, and we'll allow that to fully dry. And then we'll sand it and see how much of that scratch is remaining. If there's just a little bit of that scratch remaining, we may do it again before we even start the finishing process. So that's the tip of the day. All right, so here we are at the end of finishing the table that we had big, deep scratches that we were commissioned to remove. And we removed them by steaming the scratches out of the wood with an iron. And now you can see that the table is completely finished and looks virtually brand new. And all of the scratches are completely gone. And we've done that by steaming the scratches out and eliminating the need to sand it so deep that you actually put a divot in the wood. This was actually solid cherry wood that we could have sanded it that way, but by steaming the wood fibers up in the surrounding area around the scratches, we were able to save as much of the wood as possible, eliminating that divoting effect that can occur when you're trying to dig a deep scratch out.